All right, well, call to order, April 16th, 2026, the Academy for Performing Arts Governing Council meeting. Start with a roll call attendance. Yes, tomorrow.
Kind of like the governing council. I mean, who am I?
I think everybody's part of it.
Yes, business manager.
Jessica Sharp, governing council.
David Littlefield, governing council.
Rose Buckley Road.
Rowan, governing council.
Renee Rose, governing council.
As truly governing council. All right, we've got 5 members here, so we are good to go. All right, we'll move over to the approval of the agenda items. Can we take a look at previous meetings agenda, make sure we don't have that. And our previous meeting, make note, it was February. Because we did not have a March meeting. It's from 2 months ago. It's cheap. Yeah, it's just. Don't have any proposed. 5 seconds. Roll call vote.
Jessica Sharp, yes.
David Littlefield, yes.
Tom Long, yes.
And Rose, yes.
Yes. And. Oh, our current agenda. All right. Over to the public forum number 5.
Open budget.
Presentation. So just to say, let everybody know how we set up the budget, what's available, and we used it. But no one should have.
That was for fiscal year.
First fiscal year 27. That was, yeah, was from 5:30 to 6.
No, so far.
Didn't-
All right, we don't need. One number 6, the budget and finance committee. Let's-
So we met on Tuesday. We did actually have a meeting last month for the February report. So we went over last month, we went over the journal entries, the finance report, the check register, we went over everything. And then we met again this past Tuesday to go over the March reports, and we went over the same, well, the information from it. Right now, if you just turn to the page, you can skip all of February, you can, it's already outdated by the time you get to March. So if you go to page 12, these are all of our budget balances. And right now, so it looks like our operational carryover is sitting at 2,011,000. And so when we look at this budget for next year, you'll see that I didn't use any of this carryover. We're still trying to hold on to that for a new facility if possible. And our new budget allocation was amazing. It covered all of our operational expenses. So we're not really adding a whole lot to the new budget, but that's where our operational budget stands. And then again, on page 13, if you look at the, oh, sorry, it goes into page 13 and 14, the SB9. The first part is page 14, that is our SB9 balance of 731,000. And next year we'll get another 250, so we'll be close to $1 million in that too. So hopefully we find something, and yours crossed, we don't fill our carryover balance. So that's always met. Then starting on page 15 is the check register. So I don't know if we wanted to do the finance report for this.
Yeah, that's just going over, so let's, can we do both at the same time? Can you do the March and the February at the same time, but they're the same, or since they're two separate action items, do we have to,
That's a two.
two separate?
And just put them in one motion.
Do that.
And does anybody have any questions or issues about either February or March report?
All right, then I'll do
We can do that.
a motion, to approve the February and March financial report. Make a motion to approve. Well, thanks.
Second,
Awesome, got a second.
Jessica Short, yes.
David, yes.
Kyle, yes.
Renee, yes.
Isaac, yes, approve for the February and March. Financial report, and we'll go over to the bars.
Alright, that starts on page 21. And we have two bars. The first bar is ending in 0013-I. This is to increase our library fund. We got an additional allocation of 8,469. We'll work with Tam on this, but we have a few years to spend this. We usually use it for new Promethean boards every year in classrooms. And then the next bar ending in 0016-I. This is additional funding we received for the SB9 state match. This was 15,499, and we use this we go to buy more Chromebooks for the classrooms. So this is for student used equipment and technology.
Motion to approve bars.
Bars.
Second. Roll call.
Jessica Short, yes.
David, yes.
Yes.
Renee, yes.
Isaac, yes. Bar approved. To the check registry for February and March, might as well do both.
All right, so the one for February is pages 7 through 8. And the one for March are their pages 15 through 18, I believe. And I don't know if you all had a chance to look through those. If you want, let me know if you have any questions.
Check registry for February and March. You have any questions? I should ask.
What was the healing touch?
You can look at it.
Thanks.
February?
Oh,
Which one is it?
Yeah, then the LLC.
That.
we have those events that require that on the page. Oh. Or it's the SLP that we contract with. Because we.
It's SLP.
It's SLP.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Well, that's definitely if I'm just.
They both sounded good.
Another question, so we still looking it over. Take that, don't rush.
Move to approve the check register to both months.
Second,
Do,
Jessica Short, yes.
David, yes.
Kyle, yes.
Renee, yes.
Isaac, yes. Okay, let's continue. Do you have any POs over 5,000?
We didn't this month, but last month we did have a PO for the hummingbird music.
Is it any action items?
No, I don't think so. Right?
And then audit report,
So that was emailed out last month. Let's have, you even know how to read it. Any amazing questions about it? I think the most important part that everybody usually wants to know is, did we have any findings? We did not. So,
Yeah, good job.
Was there,
yeah.
Right now, the important one, approval of fiscal year 2026-2027 budget.
Did everybody have a chance to look at that? Yeah, so just, and you can remind me some of the things that we added. We did do the average of 1% for all salaries, so, we're good on that. That was one of the requirements of this, for this year, that we have to have an average of 1%, and we actually are a little bit higher than that. Because of all the increases from last, like 3 years, most everybody's off the salary schedule. So what we did is we just did a small increment just to kind of make it equal across the board. The only ones that are getting more are the ones that are obviously switching from level 1 to 2 or increasing in level, or who have more years or not more years experience, but who've increased education level. So those are the ones that are getting quite a bit of a jump, but the others are just getting a small increase. Well, some, and just so you know where most of the increase comes in, on the first page, there's, I don't know where it's at in the packet, sorry. Are you on that? Is it page 27? Okay, so on page 27, you'll see, maybe you might notice, there's employee benefits. It's at 44%. That's usually around 35. We increased that because they switched all of the benefits to be an 80-20% coverage. So it used to be some employees, depending what their salary was, they would be at 70-30%. Others were at 60-40. So now everyone across the board is an 80-20 split. So that adds an extra cost to the school, but that also gives the employees a little bit of increase in their checks. I think it was
Starting in July.
yeah, starting in July. So all the new contracts starting in July, you'll start seeing those probably in your August check. But I think it came out to about 250 extra on average.
Level
Two. Yeah,
2 and have family insurance, it was gonna work out to an extra $5,000 a year.
yeah, yeah. I know, so
Yeah.
they'll see that increase there. And then I believe we only added one more position. It's an additional EA, and that is required for an IEP.
For us,
For a while.
coming in next year.
Right. I don't think I did anything else. That was it. Right, yeah. So again, on the page 27, if you look down at the bottom, just using the budget that was assigned to us without any carryover, we still have a balance of 155,000. And that's actually amazing because we struggled for years before to just use our budget to cover our expenses. So this is great.
Skip.
So the teacher and what I'm handling now is substitute, which I forgot to send down. Sorry. So those are exactly the same as last year. And we are above APS hourly rate, so APS actually breaks up their salaries. Did we? Yeah.
What, assign on the vice president, yeah?
Yeah,
Well, that's going around. You want to start the executive directors for Philip?
Yes, the first part of our agenda is to report out from the governing council nominating committee, which Renee was a part of, so I don't know if you want to report on that. We do have a recommendation to present for you.
It doesn't matter.
Okay, I interviewed her. She was. Sometimes, maybe to make a decision, recommend to take them out for coffee or visit with them, doing the final choice being that there is one open position and one candidate that we do recommend and have them vetted. We do recommend to go for it. The next thing is my written report. I just want to, of course, draw attention, we're very proud of our Relation on Twos choir that competed yesterday at the state competition. It was a very stressful day because the bus was scheduled to come pick them up here, but they went to the opposite place first to where they're supposed to deliver the things to.
Sue Cleveland, so 45 minutes away.
Yes, very stressful. So there was a possibility that they would have missed their opportunity to compete because they were gonna miss the time. They did make a accommodation for them to perform during the break, but that meant they didn't have the same amount of warm-up time and also a little bit nervous and stressed coming over. But as you could hear on that recording, they made very beautiful music and we're very proud of their participation. This afternoon, I was able to hear the mixed choir singing and preparing for their concert tomorrow. Also very beautiful. So if you have the opportunity, tomorrow is our senior farewell and spring concert at the New Mexico International School. Next Tuesday, we have a piano concert. The 22nd, we have mini musicals. They were rehearsing in the cafe just a little bit ago. These are student directed mini productions. And then modern band on Thursday. And the reason I want to highlight that is because the modern band class is not as big as a whole program of guitar or piano, but they rock and it's really cool. So I'm trying to encourage the whole school community to show up for that. There's not extensive extra room at our other concerts because the program is so big. It's going to be probably standing room only in many of our spring concerts. Modern band is different and it is rocking. And so they've been going on the announcement starting today to just encourage the community to come out. And they're gonna throw out some prizes to the audience if you're available to come. It's really. Anything like, I don't know, they're all beautiful. I can't tell you which one to pick, but there's room for you. And I know you probably, I basically just combined the March report with the April. We did have an opportunity to recognize our Papa positivity for the month. Now we have time because with testing and student dance, so we didn't have an opportunity to do that, but we were able to recognize our Papa positivity. And then on our panorama data from this year, I thought page 41, the school climate, is really a nice, this is the staff survey that has been taken. You can see over the last 3 years that we have been improving our climate. Not everything is perfect, not everybody likes everything that happens, but it is definitely an improvement. I've provided you a copy of our summer school application. Remember, it's an application for the summer school, we've never really refined what it is we're trying to accomplish. And so this sets some more specific criteria because we want students to take the classes we offer here at school. But I also know that because I need he's strongly encouraging all of our freshmen to Maybe, so I'm giving permission for a freshman and sophomore to take BYU summer class for. Class. So that then they can have an extra opening in their schedule for the specific. Ability to take an extra class, so that's just outlined here a little bit more clear. We've also extended the amount of time that students have to spend on their summer school classes by a week for each session, so it's a little bit longer. Starting a little bit earlier and ending in time for us to have those final grades for transcripts for our final registration. So if they did recover a class or work ahead, we can modify their schedule for registration, because typically sometimes kids will come and say, oh, I did this over the summer. No, there's no, we're not gonna change the schedule unless we have, that we've got that going. So this just makes it a little bit more clear. And then I included for you our schedule from our testing week and our workshops, the letter that went up to parents. I can report to you today, celebration, that we have tested every kid that was in attendance at the school. There is one kid that has been unable to attend in person, being out of that kid wasn't able to test. But the kid is down, we've got all the gifts, all the SATs, all the good stuff.
Scores today.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Big thing.
Yeah.
Then I have our schedule here for the end of the year events. Want to highlight that graduation is happening on May the 8th. We're asking if you're available, governing council, to come be with us and celebrate with us. And we're asking staff and seniors to arrive by 5 p.m. And would love for someone to come up on the stage and recognize and celebrate that class. And Kyle has expressed some interest in that, so it might be good to and discuss how I would like to do that. We're working on it. There's just some more, 4 weeks. Exam. Reading on behalf of the governing council to the people in attendance. So you would sit up on the stage with the people that are presenting. The rest of the governing council and staff would sit in the audience. And then there would be a scheduled time in the program where you would be introduced representing the governing council. You could say a few words if you'd like. You could ukulele, I don't know. But you could
Young citizens, I shall now serenade you.
like a formal, I am hereby officially saying to the governing council, all of these seniors have met this requirement, and then you would give those remarks of congratulations.
Okay. So it's
Sorry,
like
most people
15
like
minutes.
it.
Sounds good. Okay.
I don't know if that's.
Between 30 seconds and 2 minutes.
Whatever, yeah, no problem. Just tell me what you want and then we'll.
I'll probably ask Barbara, she's like, well, sometimes if you really want to know.
That's right.
She can tell you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sounds good to me. I'll put you on the agenda.
Okay, sounds good.
We are busy preparing for our award celebration, the orders for our Papa Lightford and our plaques and nominations from the teachers. I've been dropped off at the engraver yesterday. He said, that's too late. I said, yes, it is. We'll do it. We'll make it happen. But really, there's really, I think, really positive energy in the schools. I think for the most part, I see our seniors locked in and also nervous and anxious. I think some of them. We had a nice time with inviting parents in for a spring cookout. We had burgers, grilling, and we didn't set up the smoke alarm this time. The seniors were able to install a magnetic locker decoration for the first time. So I'm trying something new, and they look kind of cool. And what I love about that is the community it celebrates, like the sixth graders and our teachers can walk by and see that, and they have to do it, but it's just kind of a fun celebratory end of the year. Like, you're not done, but you're gonna get it. Like, what's
So the fun seeing parents that I had met as sixth graders, kind of that thing, you know, like, I was walking through the home, it's like, saw like 4 or 5 of them. They're like, I just want to finish yours. I had seen some of them in years. So it's cool.
it was a good positive touch with our parents. The only other part of my report is that we are able to secure the National Hispanic Cultural Center for our senior showcase and for our student dance for next year. And so that changed what we had in mind for our calendar, so I'm asking if you would look at this calendar again. It's all exactly the same except in March, where we have moved our virtual days, so that will be when our spring dance celebration is the week of March 8th. And then also flip flop our early release from March 10th to March 17th, so all the same amount of days, it's just the days when we want the virtual or different. So I'm asking for you to look at that and hopefully do this.
So you action on this, so you take a look at that. And if you have anybody switch. Motion.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, we were successful getting the dates that we, yeah, so. It's one that we're available.
We have a motion to approve this,
I'll make a motion to approve.
second,
I'll second that. Motion.
roll call vote.
Jessica Short, yes.
David, yes.
Kyle, yeah, sorry.
Renee, yes.
Isaac, yes.
Kyle's already working on his
Approved.
speech for that.
Love it.
So he was like,
Calendar approved, we can move forward.
dearly beloved, you're going, no, that's not the right way.
Go on to our number 8, unless there's anything else. On to number 8, organizational business, training hours reported, I think we all have products.
Are we, Isaac, or are you skipping past that?
We are all caught up.
We have
We have that done.
the
Good job.
retreat scheduled for July, correct?
Well, no, it's gonna be in
September,
September.
that's right.
I can't think of the date right now, but I can. put
Like
that
the
in.
26th or something.
Okay, I just need to get it on the calendar. So that I make sure that I'm in state for that meeting.
Awesome, yeah, I got it done, thanks to Tamara. Okay, he said, hey.
Exactly. I know, well, I poked two one time over email and it's like, okay.
Good
That's
job.
awesome.
Thank you, sorry, that's a hassle. Thank you I know you're all volunteers and.
We have the next, we have the executive director renewal action item, can we push that, we have to do that today, because Barb's not here, do we? Or is that something we have to do that today? Is that happening?
If you're not gonna renew my contract. then
I need
I-
to
No. Finding other people gets difficult, so if you're in a place where you're not confident on your decision, then you can move it to May, if you know what the decision is, that's it, I'm just gonna say. It's April.
Well, I missed last month, this is smooth, we were supposed to discuss this last month, then.
Do we do executive session?
I think we need to,
You can always,
the special,
you can always do
Do
it
special, yeah.
after,
yeah,
Yeah.
but if you do that, it would be nice if you let us know that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah, 10-4. 10-4.
yeah. Let's do that, we'll go to executive session, so we'll put it.
If we have to, we can call Barb real quick during
Next
executive.
Friday, she already
session.
started texting her and she.
Well,
Yeah.
You saw, I mean, you know what day it is, right?
That was yesterday, man.
It's one day, it's one day.
It's out.
It's one day.
Yeah.
I mean, really, would you be awake the day after the apocalypse?
Yeah, my boss called and answered the phone.
You're,
Not that I'm nervous. Really, that being said, so we'll go into executive session and then come out of executive session. And then do that, so we'll have that done today. Okay, so we'll post it for 20 more minutes. 10 more minutes, 24. Perfect. President's report, Barb didn't send me anything, I don't have anything, so thank you guys. Anything from the long range planning committee report?
And just Tamara and I met last month, and the next meeting will be, sometimes it falls like before this meeting and sometimes it's after. So we didn't, this month will be then, last month, I feel like we just kind of checked in on some things, I don't know if you've heard anything new by chance. About the foundation since we talked, no, so there's nothing really to report, but just kind of hanging and waiting for them to.
I'll get a hold of Jane when she never helped me when she got back, so. But I did all the changes I needed to with the Secretary of State, so.
You have that all changed?
I did, yeah.
Okay.
I think she's probably still needs to go to the bank because her name's on it, but. I don't know how to coordinate that with everybody.
It's a crazy situation, so.
Yeah. That's really weird. That thing is not even helpful.
So that's it.
Okay. Guess with that, we can go into executive session.
Yep. I'm gonna move that we close the meeting for the purpose of going into executive session pursuant to MSA 10:15. Roll call vote.
Yeah.
Renee, yes.
As a guess.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
I'm gonna do a-
Yeah, sure.